Hello, my name is Robb Knuepfer, and I am one of the pastors at Union Church. And I've been asked to share some background information with you so that you can learn a little more about me and what I do at the church. Now, many of you may know a lot about me because we've been members of Union Church for more than 35 years. But for those who do not know us, I was asked to give you some personal and professional background so that you might get to know me better. I grew up in nearby Elmhurst, and our family was a member of the Presbyterian Church, where I was baptized and confirmed and active in the youth ministry there. At York High School, I met the love of my life, Nancy, and we were married in 1977, 43 years ago, plus 10 years of dating. Ask me sometime how we met during a snowball fight. Nancy and I live in Hinsdale, and we've been members of Union Church since 1983. And we're blessed to have 4 children and 10 grandchildren, ages 1 year old to 10 years old. And there are more on the way. We are also blessed that our children live nearby, so we get to see them and our grandchildren frequently. We love getting together often and just hanging out. And as grandparents, it's really a blessing to be able to see our children become parents and to watch their children grow and take part in life. It's really fascinating and wonderful to see their many different interests emerge and their personalities develop and prosper. And like most grandparents, I'm always ready with a photo to show off our grandchildren. I've had several careers in law and business, and of course, I'm now focused on ministry. You might say I cannot hold a job. As far as formal education, I attended Denison University in Ohio studying economics and English, and then I attended Northwestern University for an MBA and a law degree. And during those years, I had some very interesting jobs, from working as a janitor to working as a truck driver to a hotel desk clerk and even working in Washington, D.C. Ask me sometime about working in the White House during Watergate. In my legal career, I've also had some interesting jobs. I worked for a federal judge. I served as a criminal prosecutor in Chicago, chasing terrorists, crooked judges, drug lords, and gang leaders. I also worked as a senior partner of an international law firm, Baker and McKenzie, where I did corporate work and mergers and acquisitions. I also worked as general counsel for several manufacturing businesses. In the early 1990s, as the Soviet Union was disbanded and communism was on the wane in Eastern Europe, our family moved to Budapest, Hungary, where I was responsible for our law firm's European legal practice. That may sound impressive, but when I arrived, there were only 2 lawyers, and one quit the day I arrived in Budapest. We were there for many years, and it was a challenging time to teach democracy and capitalism in a former socialist state and even begin to worship again as Christians, which had been prohibited for so many decades. It may sound romantic, but ask me sometime about the 14-year wait we had for a telephone or our adventures with the KGB in Russia. I also began my teaching career in Budapest, teaching business courses at the Central European University and law classes at the Hungarian National Law School. My ulterior motive really was just to find bilingual students who could come to work for us and speak both Hungarian and English. I later taught classes at the Kellogg Business School and the Pritzker Law School at Northwestern for about 20 years or so, and wrote a few books along the way. In the area of theological education, I received a Master of Divinity degree from the University of Chicago, and I'm now working on my dissertation for a Doctor of Ministry degree at Chicago Theological Seminary. I've served in ministry at Christ Church of Oak Brook. I've worked as a chaplain at the Cook County Jail, at Jackson Park Hospital, which is the poorest hospital in the city, and Northwestern Memorial Hospital. At Northwestern, I was assigned to the emergency room, which is a Trauma 1 center for the city of Chicago, and to the ICU, where I found my passion for pastoral care. Ask me sometime about my experiences with patients who saw Jesus for the first time. I've had the privilege of working as a volunteer with many civic and charitable organizations, including Rotary International, Metropolitan Family Services, the Community House, some colleges and universities, and of course, Union Church. Ask me sometime about Nancy and I giving polio vaccines to the children of the slums of New Delhi, India. A highlight of our lives was visiting the Holy Land a few years ago with some Union Church members. We saw so much in such a short period of time that we called the trip Running Where Jesus Walked. I also spent some time working on investments to promote social responsibility and to improve the lives of those who need education and healthcare and financial skills and other resources, all of which are very, very important to me. Our favorite activities are spending time with our family, my wife, our children, our grandchildren, and of course our friends. We have a family cottage in Spring Lake, Michigan, which our family has enjoyed for many generations. I also love to play golf, and I frequently tee it up with Union Church members. For me, it's never really about the score, but just being outdoors with family and friends. Ask me sometime why the older I get, the worse I play. At Union Church, I support our care team ministry, teach Bible studies, work with our early childhood program, support our mission work, including Before We Get to Mars project, and of course, provide pastoral care to our members. And of course, I serve in our ministry team in our worship services every week. I love the Lord. I love being a pastor, and I love Union Church, and I love all of you. I hope this message has helped you to get to know me a little better, and I'm looking forward to opportunities to get to know each of you better, either virtually or in person when it is appropriate to do so. And in the meantime, I really encourage you to reach out to me anytime. I would love to chat with you. And now may the peace of Christ be with all of you. Amen.